Oh my goodness. 108 and 32. How do you have 108 points in 32 games? 23 and 10. You were having a great season. We don't have a scout in Italy. Be nice if we did. If you know anybody, reach out. A ton of you reached out to us again, and you want us to react to your elite prospects. You want to see what we think. And again, I need to make this clear. These are non-biased opinions. We don't know your situation. We haven't talked to your coach. We haven't watched film on you. We're just looking at the stats. And you did ask us to do this. So please, don't hate us. We're going to look into some stats and some players. Obviously, we're going to keep everything anonymous. You're not going to see who the player is, who they play for, or the league. You're just going to see the stats, and we're going to give you some thoughts. All right, this guy is already repped. Oh, my Jesus. Okay, I know why you're repped. Wow, this kid can play hockey. You look at his stats. Last year, he had 147 and 69. And this year, he's on 39 and 29. I really wish you weren't already repped. Really, really, really wish that. I would love to represent you. Again, I haven't seen you play, but these numbers are insane. Number 2. All right, we got a Euro. Last year you had 23 and 42, 13 and 7. This year you're playing juniors. You got 15 and 21. Not bad at all. Not bad at all. Playing in a good program in Europe. Putting up some decent numbers. You're probably one of the youngest guys on your team. This is good to see. I would really like to watch some video on you and see where you're at, what we can do to help. I'm intrigued by this person. I am really intrigued. All right, we got another young one here. Oh, this one's weird. This one doesn't tell me how many games you played. It does how many you played last year, and last year you were over a point a game. Very, very interesting. You did really well last year at the levels you played at. This year you're playing on a different team. It doesn't say the amount of game, but your points are unreal. So I'm assuming you're probably a point a game. Size-wise, for your age, you look like you're in the norm. I'd be intrigued to watch some video on you. I really would be intrigued to watch some video on you. Let's go to the next one. As a defenseman, last year you were almost a point a game. Actually, for the last 2 years in a row, you've almost been a point a game. This year, not a point a game, but still showing you can play hockey. You can do well, be part of the team. It seems like you're a dominant guy. If I would go based off your stats, you're a 200-foot player or an offensively minded defenseman. Really depends on how you do without the puck. But this intrigues me to look at more. This tells me there's something to come and watch, something that I need to see. This player, all right, last year, a point a game or over a point a game, 2 points per game in this league, 81 and 57 in that league. Okay, this year you're playing for a new program. Makes me curious why. It's a good program. It's well respected. So I'd like to see how the numbers are this year. Overall, intriguing. And you got really good size. Okay. We're getting a lot of players of the same age here. All right, another defenseman. Last year, you had 83 and 32. You were playing hockey that was way too easy for you. As a defenseman, 83 points in 32 games. You were playing hockey that was way too easy for you. And that's fine. There's nothing wrong with that. But I'm glad to see you're playing at your level this year, if not 2 levels above, and you're still doing great. You're still having a great year, and you're probably the youngest guy in the league. That is awesome to see. As a defenseman, definitely need to come up to watch you play. We are finding a lot of offensive defensemen. A lot of offensive ones. This is the first time we get somebody at this level. Last year, played Tier 3 juniors. Had over a point a game. Did well for himself. And I think that's why you earned yourself that scholarship and that opportunity. So you were scratched 1 game or injured. That's fine. We don't know the full story. As a freshman in college, that's perfectly fine that you don't play every game, right? Obviously, you're not in the same role right now as a freshman, so you probably got to battle and get to that role. But you're in a good spot, and it's worth to keep pushing, right? As a freshman, it's normal that you're new to the team. You got to put more work in, and that's perfectly fine. Your opportunity will come. Finally, a goalie. Okay, your size is massive, and the numbers. Holy, okay. Those are not numbers to shame. Now, obviously, there's a deeper dive we need to do here. We need to see how many shots you're getting per game. We need to see what kind of shots you're getting. What are the scoring opportunities? What are the chances? But these aren't numbers to just say anything bad about. You can play. You can definitely play. Your team might be boosted. We don't know. But you definitely have the size at your age. So you've been given a gift. Now let's work on development. You're still super young, so development's going to be key. Another player over a point a game the last 3 years in a row. This year, he's almost a point a game. Obviously, by the stats, I would say you're much more of a playmaker. 2-way defenseman. Ooh, defenseman again with these kind of numbers. That changes things, but a 2-way defenseman, you can move the puck well, you jump in the rush. I'm assuming you got some power play time. These are interesting numbers. I'd be curious to know why you're not in junior hockey at this point. There's nothing wrong with not being in junior hockey, but I'd be very curious to know what the conversation was that led you not to go to junior hockey. All right, if we look at these numbers, over a point a game last year. There is no stats this year, so that concerns me because everyone's season started and you're not even marked on a roster. So have you stopped playing hockey? Is it you went to lower league to play with friends? Like, what's going on here? How come we're not on a team right now? And again, it might be just the system that hasn't put you in, but I need to know the story here because the last 2 years you had good numbers, so why not play this year? I'm assuming you are. Maybe you're injured. Only time will tell. All right, we got another European, a forward in this case, playing junior hockey, over a point a game the last 3 years, 81 and 29 2 years ago. Wow. Okay, that was way too easy for you, and you got bumped up 37 and 24. Nice job. And this year again, 19 and 10. That is unbelievable. I'm glad to see you got a little bit of a pro debut. And in Europe, some teams do that. They'll take the younger guys that are doing well and they bring them on a tryout or as a call-up, so it doesn't affect their eligibility, but they play pro hockey. That happens quite often. This kid is somebody worth watching. We don't have a scout in Italy. Be nice if we did. If you know anybody, reach out. But I'd be intrigued to know more and watch some film on you and see what the future is. Are you going to keep playing in that country or are you moving to another country? Another 2010, currently dominating. Oh my goodness. 108 and 32. How do you have 108 points, 32 games? 23 and 10. You were having a great season. You're probably one of the youngest guys in the league again. These numbers, the age, so definitely offensive. Now it makes me wonder, is your team that dominant? If I look at past scores here, 7-2, 11-1, 7-0, 6-2, 16-2. Oh my goodness. 17-0, 9-1, 4-1. Okay, so your team is obviously stacked. It doesn't take away from what you did as a player, but your team is obviously stacked. But it does make me want to come watch. Like, is it really your team, or is the league, or do we have to move you? Like, there's a lot of factors that go into this, but it does start to make a little bit of sense. I'm curious. We got to see what the full team looks like. What does the first guy on the team have as point-wise? If somebody's already at 60 points, that's crazy. Oh, you are the top guy on your team. Okay, that's awesome then. I take it back. We have somebody playing AA last year, not on a roster this year. Again, curious what's going on here. But last year was dominant. 79 points in 52 games. So maybe it's time we look at a AAA program. Maybe it's time we take a step up and see if you can play at that level. Realistically, you're at the age where you still got plenty of time, development, opportunity. Maybe we look at taking a step to a AAA level, a harder league, and see how you do. Because you obviously dominated AA hockey. Good for you. Stats aren't everything. Right? There's a lot of factors that go into every decision. Every team has certain roles. They're not always looking for stat guys. Don't take this as, well, they're the best players. They're the only ones that are going to move up. There's so many factors that go into it. Take it one step at a time. Look at everything. If you want us to look at your EP and comment, and if you want to send us a backstory, you can. We won't put it in the video. It's purely just biased, if you want to put it that way. But again, thank you for these players for reaching out to us. There's obviously a lot that we need to go watch. There's good hockey players everywhere. And just like coaches, we're out there searching for them. And again, we don't only look at stats. You got to dive deeper, see what the team is doing. Are they dominating? Are they getting dominated? As a goalie, the stats, is it because you're getting no shots? Are you getting a ton of shots? What is going on? There's a deeper dive in every single situation. Thank you guys for watching. You might enjoy this one. If not, you might like this one or this one. And we'll see you guys next time.